the men's high hurdles. Grant Holloway decides to DNS. You asked him in an interview.
I did.
If he's running all 3 races. He said, what, do you want to break some news? And then he said, yes, I'm running all 3.
Mm-hmm.
He was lying straight to your face. He knew he wasn't going to run the 3rd race. He lied to you. But it's okay. Grant Holloway's allowed to lie to us because
100% approval rating.
He's a world champion.
Yeah.
It was kind of a bummer not seeing him in that race. I think it would have been a very different result potentially if Grant was in that race.
Yes, because I asked Daniel Roberts, who pulled a massive upset to win this race, not just to qualify, but to win this race. And I said, were you bummed Grant was in the race? He said, no, because it actually helped him. Because if you have someone right next to you, get off to the start that Grant gets off to, sometimes that can throw your own rhythm off a little bit. Yeah. I thought it was, great answer from Roberts to be that forthright. And, you expect him to be like, yeah, of course, I want everybody in there. But Grant, he didn't really matter in the outcome because he's going regardless, whether or not he's 1st or 8th. So he would basically just serve as either this rabbit or this distraction or whatever it could be. So I understand somebody who's not in that, directly impacted by it, saying, hey, probably better if they're not there. It helps me focus on my race. What a performance for him.
Yeah.
Daniel Roberts, look at his results this year. He said he never lost faith. Remember 2019, made the world team, and ran really well at NCAAs that year. His PR is from that year, 13 flat from the race at NCAAs. It's still 13 flat, wants to break 13 seconds. Behind him, Trey Cunningham, 13:08, and then Devon Allen zooms on this team by point. Was that
Cole,
0?
Zoom in on the 3rd and 4th place finish, so you can see the exact time difference between 3rd and 4th. 0.003.
Yeah.
So 13.087 and 13.090. If Devon Allen did not make this team,
that would have been an upset.
That would have been shocking.
That would have been a stunner. Yeah. And afterwards, he said, just got to advance, got to get through all that stuff, which is true because it's cliche. Hard team to make. Hardest team to make on the US side.
I feel like we're saying that with every event now.
But this one was really hard.
The women's 800's hard to make. The women's hurdles are hard to make. The women's...
Just in general, the trials process, sometimes you can barely squeak through and then go on to win a medal or go win a gold medal. We saw it even with NCAA performances. People get 6th at NCAAs and they come here and win. So the margin's so small, just get through and then maybe... your luck turns the other way when Worlds comes around.
Does Daniel Roberts 13:03 put him in the conversation in your mind, or is it still a 2-dog race?
We're adding people as the season goes on. We're adding Trey Cunningham. We're adding Daniel Roberts. Yeah,
Parchment's still a thing.
Yeah, Parchment in the mix. But U.S. is sending the fact that Roberts won this just strengthens the U.S. team as a whole because now you have an argument for all 4 guys to get on the medal podium. So U.S., if you're tracking the medal count, this is one where they should try to run up the score because they have a possibility of a lot of medals. Having Roberts there is just such a huge, huge bonus.